The production that I chose to do was Animal Farm. I'm gonna butcher half these names. I just have a feeling. So, the director is Ed Stambolian. The writers are Tati Hennessy and George Orwell. Benjamin was played by Francesca Amawada Rivers. Petunia was played by Tiana Amayo. Molly and Pat's voice was played by Will Armstrong. Boxer was played by Will Atiamo. Blue was played by Ishmael Bridgman. Jones Pilkington and Minimus was played by Connor Crawford. Old Major was played by Alexandra Hanant. Tess was played by J.D. Rose Hobson. Minty was played by Jack Humphrey. Milo was played by James Eden Hutchinson. Nutmeg was played by Taif Kusaro. Napoleon was played by Jack Matthews. Clara was played by Nakanzi Fury. Squiller was played by Matilda Ray. Snowball was played by Ben Wilson. And Clover was played by Adiola Yemitan. Alright, so let's just go over a brief summary of things that I picked up on. Obviously, the story started on a farm where the animals were being mistreated and overworked by their human owner, Mr. Jones. And there was an old pig, his name was Old Major, and he inspired all the animals by talking about a future where the animals could be free and equal. After Old Major died, the animals were rebelling and were successfully able to take over the farm. The pigs then became the leaders because they were considered the smartest animal at the farm. And then there was 2 pigs. They were named Napoleon and Snowball. And they end up fighting over who should be running the farm. Then Napoleon eventually forces Snowball out and then takes full control of the farm. And then Napoleon uses dogs and different fear and propaganda tactics to control all the other animals. And then the rules of the farm slowly change to more so benefit the pigs and not really anybody else. The pigs begin living in the farmhouse and they actually start drinking alcohol and trading with the humans. The other animals work harder than they ever have, but they receive less food and they have way worse living conditions than when the humans were in charge of the farm. So then Boxer, he was a horse. His character to me kind of seems like he represented the loyalty and the blind trust in the leadership. So Boxer ended up getting injured and Napoleon ended up sending him away from the farm instead of just helping him. And then by the end, the pigs have kind of evolved and they're walking on their 2 legs and they're acting like humans. And then the animals realize that they can no longer tell the pigs apart from the humans. And at the end of the production, the animals understand that their dream of equality had just completely failed because the wrong person got in charge. I think the biggest aha crazy moment for me was seeing the pigs take over the farm like that and not want good for everybody but just want good for themselves. I don't know, I thought that was a little bit crazy.